it's like really big for our team that Doublelift is joining us and helping us.
Team Liquid still chasing under for the tower dive. Hookshot lands in. Apollo is down. That's going to be the 8th for Team Liquid as Doublelift grabs a triple kill.
That must be a relief. A hard-fought 2-1 victory.
Obviously, Doublelift is good, but he didn't look like anything special. I look forward to playing against him.
Lot actually stays alive. It's already been 4 kills for 0. It's a complete slaughter. The ace for Team Dignitas. Team Dignitas are within striking distance of the playoffs.
I just want to win.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and we're lucky enough to have you join us for another weekend of the North American LCS. With only 2 weeks left in our spring split, teams mobilized to secure their spots for the playoffs. As you can see here, the remaining members of Dignitas entering the studio. Expecial making his way to this stage, smile on his face. Dignitas has still a tough road ahead of them to get to the playoffs, but they can probably do it if they can keep the momentum moving forward. Hello, everyone. I'm James Dash Patterson, and joining me today is boyo Isaac Azale Cummings Bentley. How you doing today?
Top of the morning to you, Dash.
Got a little bit of green in that outfit. That's what I like to see. Sporting the St. Patrick's Day colors. Let's go ahead and begin our day with a look at the standings. TSM are in first place for the first time, all split, with Cloud9 in second. Team Dignitas start the weekend in 6th place, while Echo Fox and Team Liquid are just shy of a playoff spot in 8th and 9th, respectively. We'll see who can contest those playoff positions with our matches today. First up, we have Someday and Team Dignitas versus Lorlo and Team Liquid, with Echo Fox going against Counterlogic Gaming later in the day. Now, last week, Cloud9 lost their hold of first place for the first time in 8 weeks, relenting the top spot to TSM, Azale.
And I mean, TSM, it's felt like they've been hot on their heels for a little bit, but they had some help from their rivals, CLG, taking down Cloud9 last week, which upset them and put TSM into first place.
Right, and a lot of people might look at the decision to swap Ray in for Cloud9 as a bit of an oopsie, contributing to the loss. But either way, CLG starting a climb perhaps on their end, and as you mentioned, putting TSM in prime positioning for first place.
Yeah, it's so hard to know with CLG. They have their ups, they have their downs. They're so inconsistent, but they've shown that they can beat the best teams in the league by taking down Cloud9, and they have the easiest strength of schedule remaining in the league. So they're in good position to make it in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is a huge point. Graphic behind us here, quick explanation. Numbers on the left side here is their current position in the North American LCS. On the right side here, opponents' win percentage for the remaining games of the split. So getting a sense of, how tough their road might be here in the closing weeks. So we're looking at teams like, say Immortals here, sitting in that 6th place spot currently, but they got a tough road ahead of them as compared to, say, hey, 7th place Dignitas, second easiest schedule.
Yeah, they have one of the easier schedules, so could be able to hop back in there. And this becomes very important down in the last 2 weeks of the split.
Right, now let's contrast all this with Team Liquid, right, who have the toughest strength of schedule here. But, of course, they've had a number of roster swaps as well, so it's going to make that climb from 9th place all that much more precarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting in 9th with the toughest schedule left in the last 2 weeks, not the spot you want to be. They're playing P1, FlyQuest, they're playing TSM, so they have such tough teams. And Adrian swapping into the team for Matt is really going to have to step up big time. And they don't have time to let it work in a week or two.
Exactly.
Right? It has to be good right now.
Adrian up against his former team in Finish 1. FlyQuest on a bit of a slide, so we'll see if that might lend, to a win here for Team Liquid. Today, though, they're going to go up against Dignitas, who come off a morale-boosting 2-0 week last week.
Yeah, and Dignitas has been looking really good. Expecial was extremely positive in his interview with Jet. They have been talking so much about how the atmosphere and the team has changed completely since Cop came in. And Keen showed that last week. He looked fantastic, and he's going to have to continue to look fantastic, I think, for this team to really go far, as they have the second toughest strength, or second easiest, actually, I guess,
right,
the schedule there. So, we want to see him performing if they want to go into the playoffs and look good.
Right now, plus these teams come into this playoff pivotal matches on patch 7.5. So we're throwing a lot at them here. Adjustments to be made, perhaps, in pick spans, especially with those highest priority picks.
Yeah, and that is the big thing to me, is that the red side bans are essentially out the window, right? LeBlanc and Varus had 98 and 100% as presence in,
Right.
and it's almost all bans in 7.4. In 7.5, they are still playable. We've seen people bring them out in the EU LCS, but they're not must bans. So you have a lot more flexibility, a lot more creativity can be shown, and I think the teams with big champion pools are going to thrive.
Right, very much a changing landscape in that AD carry position with the buff to the Blade of the Rune King as well. Now a reminder that there are still tickets available for our spring finals, April 22nd and 23rd in Vancouver, Canada. Join us in the Pacific Coliseum to see who will be crowned the North American LCS Spring Split champion. Check out that info and more at lulesports.com. Now, as teams jockey for the opportunity to play in Vancouver, send a picture to @LuleSports and show us how you're supporting your favorite teams. Make sure to use the hashtag HowILCS, and we'll share them during the show all weekend long. Now, though, it's time to send it over to our casters to get the games underway.